Hello, hope you're having an amazing day. Today, I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to create some videos using Veo 3, and I'm going to show you how you can access 1,000 credits for free or as a trial, but then you can just cancel and just create another account if you want to. But this is something that I know it's not related to what I show usually on my channel, but I think it's something very useful that it can work for your business, for your clients, maybe running ads, commercial, whatever you need to do. So I'm going to show you everything
Let's start
from
right
creating your
here. No
character,
pressure, no perfection, just progress.
doing the prompts and everything, because one of the things that people are not saying online is that many of the scenes on BO3 are only 8 seconds. So I'm going to show you how you're going to do that, and I'm going to give you all the details. So let's start first by creating your account. So let me minimize this, and I'm going to show you here. What you want to do is you want to go to this URL, which is called labs.google.com. And once you get here, you want to click create with flow, and then create with flow again. And then you're going to scroll down here, get started, sign in with Google. So once you click sign in with Google, you're just going to use your account. You don't have to select this. Click next, accept our terms. And then you're going to go where it says subscribe. And this is the plan. So as you can see right now, it shows $0 for 1 month, and it gives you 1,000 credits. And this is going to be plenty. Now, if you really like to use this this software or this technology, then you can stay subscribed. But if not, you can just cancel it before. But I'm going to show you how to maximize your credits. So that's how you're going to be able to get this. Currently, I think it's only available in the US, but you can use a VPN to access it from other countries. So just keep that in mind. So now that you already have an account, let me show you what it looks like. Once you have an account, if you go here, as you can see, I'm only using the free credits, and I have multiple Gmail accounts. So I'm using different accounts because I'm still trying to debate if I stay subscribed. So that's why. So once you create your Flow account, then you can also use Midjourney to create your character. What I like about Midjourney is that you can create a what they call omni reference. So you can create different characters doing different things, and they will stay looking the same. So as you can see here, right? So we've been just testing different things. I was trying to do something like a niche, what do you call it? Workout thing, but the only problem was that Flow was saying that I was violating some community guidelines or something like that. So I didn't want to continue that route. Then I tried to do a cooking one, and it's just like too many edits. So then finally I was okay, I'm just gonna do something with motivational speaker. So that's where I end up with this one right here. So again, you can also create your character inside Flow, and I'm going to show you all of that. But again, if you want to have a little bit more control, then I will suggest that you create this account with Midjourney. Now, this one, it's a paid version, so it's like $10. You can create your characters and then cancel, or you can just use Flow. So let's start with this. So once you're on Flow, you're not gonna see anything. It's just gonna be blank, and then you're gonna click on this button that says new project. And right here, one thing to keep in mind is there's 3 ways of doing things. You have text to video, so you can just tell it what to do. You can do frames to video, which this is what I recommend to keep the structure of your scenes and the backgrounds and make sure everything looks perfect. Because if you just use text to video, it's not going to be consistent. So this is the main one that we're going to use. And then you have these options right here, which is the type of prompt. So you want to select creating one video at a time, because ideally you want to do two and have two videos to decide which one you like more. But the only thing is you'll run out of credits faster that way. And then you have these three options right here. I have tested all of them, and what I can tell you is if you're using there's a glitch or something that doesn't allow the audio to continue on second extended scenes. So just keep in mind to not use the audios if you're planning to have consistent video. So also the VO3 is the best quality, but for some reason when I've been using it, I've been getting better quality on VO2, and it only uses 10 credits versus the VO3 uses 100 credits. So you could run out of them really, really quick. Again, if you use the VO3 fast, this one does have audio, but it will only create it on the first clip. So again, VO3 or Flow in this case, which is this app, only allows you to do 8 seconds per scene. So you have to keep that in account. So what I'm also going to do is we're going to use ChatGPT, and I'm going to give you a frame structure or framework that you're going to use. So that way all your stuff stays consistent. So as you can see here, this is what the framework looks like. You have your character, your environment, and Flow forgets everything. So you gotta add it on each prompt. So just keep that in mind. So environment consistent across all scenes. So we'll keep all of this, and I'll tell you right now how we're gonna do it. Also, you want to have a good camera direction so you can do different angles, and you can be very specific on that. And then animation timing, of course, it has to be broken into 8 seconds so you can be very accurate. So for example, in this one right here, let me show you which one. This guy right here, when he's walking, how he's moving his hands and all of that, you can be very specific on that. Or in this scene right here, which wasn't perfect, but like grabbing the ball, and I wasn't very specific enough. That's why it looks like she just drops everything there. But you can be very specific on that. So the framework helps you have a very structured or good video quality, and also the voiceover. Now here, the voiceover, even though Flow might not create the audio for all our scenes, we do want to keep it, because then we want the mouth of the character to move. And also you don't want to have any text on screen because it's not perfect. So when Flow creates text on the screen, it looks very weird. So that's why we make sure we add that there. So that's the structure we're going to use. So now let's go back to Flow. We're going to go back to our project. And the first thing we're going to use is frames to video, because we're going to do long videos. We don't want to do like a single one. If you're planning to do one single video, you can use this one. But again, it's just not going to be very good. You're only going to have one scene with 8 seconds with voice, and any additional you have to, it's not going to be consistent. So that's why we're going to use frames to video. So once we do that, we're going to have this button right here. And as you can see, I have uploaded already my own characters that I created with Create. So you can just upload your own. If you also have your own picture, you can also do that, but make sure you remove the background on your picture, and then you can turn yourself into the character. So for this example, we're gonna generate the image, and this is one I created earlier. So you can just go to ChatGPT and tell it, create a character for my AI prompt. And in this case, we can do something like an insurance salesperson, insurance salesperson. we could use the llama, 'cause I lately like llamas. So make sure is full body, very detailed, and what else? And has a golden necklace. Is it necklace or chain? Chain necklace. And then it's gonna give us our character first. No, so here I say just create the prompt. Just create the prompt, not the image. I'm using different AI name flow. Yep. So we don't want ChatGPT to create a prompt, our character. So I'm gonna make sure it looks like that. Now we can type our prompt here. And before you generate, make sure you do, if you want to have 4 different ones, I'm just going to do 3 for now. And it's going to create 3 images. And then we can decide how we're going to use them. And again, you can be very specific with your prompts if you want something else. As you can see, it has this one. And then we want to use this guy right here. So I can use this image. And now I have him right here on my frame. So now I can go here, back to this, and I'm gonna do create a video, a short video, 1 minute long, to promote insurance for cars. The scenery will have different scenarios, and make sure, well, in this one, actually let's do one single scenario because we want to make sure it's consistent, just in case that's your case, but you can change it. The scenery will be in front of the Statue of Liberty, and the llama will hold different items. I give you free will to do the script, use the framework, and stay consistent with the scenery because flow forgets. And you can test different things. That's the cool thing about this. But I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. So as you can see here, it's going to give you the full framework. It's going to be 7 scenes, and then it's going to give you all of these details. So as you can see here, it's already telling you like the environment, camera direction, scene breakdown, how it's going to be. But we don't want it to give us each scene like this because then it's not going to work correctly. So gotta be specific. I am using the frame to video in Flow. So give me the full framework for each scene, but start with the first one. Because we want to make sure, see, it gives us everything. And as you can see here, it just says the character, but we want to specify to flow, and that's something else that you have to check. And you can also adjust things as you want to. So if there's something that you don't like, so for example, from the 8 to 6 second, it tells you what to do here, right? I mean, it tells the AI what to do. Also, update the whole framework again to mention the character is already in frame. So it should give you the whole framework. Okay, so let's go back. So as you can see here, it says the character is already in frame from the first moment. So perfect. Okay, so now let's test this one. And perfect. Goes like this. So once you're ready for scene 2, you can just type 2, but let's test this one right here. So we're gonna do it. And then before we continue, one prompt, make sure to select VO2 fast. Again, if you do this one, it will work. It will create one with audio, but if you try to do the extended, it's not gonna work. So start with this one, and it's only 10 credits. So once you start, it's gonna be working on this. So let's give it a second. Okay, so it's completed. So now let's see what it looks like. And as you can see, it doesn't have a voice yet, but I'm going to show you how to do it. It added the car. Now we're going to select add extended scene. And then right here, make sure to click on your item. And then you're going to click this, or you can just drag this to the end just to make sure, because as you're going to have multiple scenes, you're going to see what is going to happen. Then you're going to click this button and click extend. And now you're going to go to your prompt and do scene 2. So it's going to give us the scene 2. And again, we're going to copy this whole thing. And let's see. Okay, perfect. So now we copy this. And then make sure again, if you're not sure, because one thing, maybe because it's very new, there's still some glitches. So sometimes you don't see that there's another frame in between. Since this one is the first one, then it's hard to miss, but I'll show you what we're going to do later. You can always make sure if there's a frame, because it will just look dark. You won't see it. So always make sure you're at the end of the frame where you're going to add it. You can always arrange if that's the case, but let's just do extend one more time. And now we can just paste our thing, and then it's going to start working on this. So I'm going to pause for a second. And now it's completed. As you can see right now, the screen still looks white, right? It doesn't look like anything. It's there. But you can be more specific on the prompt if you want, but it's going to add it on the second one. So as you can see, added the car, and then it adds the Statue of Liberty and then an American flag there. But if that's not how you want the background of this scene, then you can just be very specific. You can go back here and say something like improve the look more real and detail, and then give me again the second scene. So we can go, while that one is working, we can go back here, and as you can see, there's a video here, but for some reason you can't see it. I don't know why it does this. So we're gonna click arrange, and we're just gonna delete this second one because it didn't convince me. And done. So now we can add again and do the extended, and let's make sure it work on it and it's better. So as you can see here, it's giving us a better, hopefully, scene. You can again play more in detail. You can go and open a new chat and just work on your scene and then your animation. So you can combine that. As long as you have the structure, then Flow is gonna understand everything. So we're gonna paste it again. We're gonna give it a second to work. So once it's completed, now let's play it. And then, as you can see, it grabs the car. The background looks more realistic. And now we can continue on our third scene. So we make sure again, you click on the second one, add here, extend it. And now we can go here. And then we're just going to type 3. And it's going to give us the third scene. And I don't want to make this video too long, so we're going to jump after this third one into the audio, because I think that's one of the things nobody's explaining right now on YouTube. I went tried looking for someone to see what would be the best, easiest way to do the audio, but everybody just keeps using the prompt for the VO3, and it's just not as consistent. And I'm gonna show you right now so you can see what I mean by that. So let's add the third one for now. And yeah, so what people do is on the framework structure, they use or they do one clip at a time, and then they just connect all of them. One, it's a lot more work, and the consistency on the backgrounds are not the same. The other thing is, if you want to use a specific background, you can also upload a secondary image here, and you can work with the character and then the background, but you gotta be very specific on telling the Flow AI what you're doing, so it keeps that through the whole scenes. So let me finish this really quick. Okay, it's done. So now we can continue with play. And whenever you play it, you might see a little jump onto the scenes. If that happens, don't worry. Sometimes it's just because you're still playing it. But once you download it, you won't see it. So as you can see, we have the 3 scenes. And now all you want to do is go back to the first one and then just click download. And it's going to export the whole thing as a single video. So let's give it a second. And now it's completed. So you can just click download now. And if we click play, it looks like this. So the llama is talking, and then he should get this thing. Then this disappear. And you can be more specific on how he did the car thing. So it doesn't look odd. Then it looks you can also mention what he holds, so it doesn't look like a weird text on the item that he's holding. But once you have your video, all you have to do is just go to CapCut. So CapCut looks like this, and then it's capcut.com. It's worth to get the premium if you're starting to get into creating ads for your business or for clients. Then you want to do, of course, either a size for YouTube or TikTok. In this case, we're going to do YouTube. And then once you're here, you're just going to upload your video. And then once you click open, it's going to upload it right here. This is the part, again, a lot of people on YouTube are not mentioning, is how do you match your voice or the audio with the face or like with the mouth of like the character. Because I try using 11 labs, as you can see here, but sometimes the audio is shorter or longer and it just doesn't look right. So what I end up doing is you're gonna go back to ChatGPT and then just tell it, give me the script to give to 11 labs, and then it's gonna give you the script, even though you're not gonna use it in for 11 labs. But as you can see here, it's gonna give you each scene. So most people only think about insurance after something goes wrong, but cheap plans often leave you stuck when you need the real help. And don't worry too much about your voice, but if you have a good voice, perfect, right? So then once you're on CapCut, you're gonna click this button, and then it's gonna appear a record button. then you're gonna click. I can do it because I'm recording right now, but once you do that and you start recording audio, it will start playing the video, and then you can start talking on a microphone. And then once it adds your audio, then it will look something like this. So you have your audio, and then of course you're gonna make sure it matches your video, right? But once you do that, you're gonna select your audio, and then you're gonna go on voice changer, and then you can test different versions. And sometimes when you select, so for example, if you want to listen to this person, and then it takes,
Let's start right
see,
here.
it kind of still, you can still hear my voice there, so you can test different things. It takes a few seconds to load, so give it a second. See if you can hear it. Maybe not because the microphone's a little far away. But the ones you like the audio that you're gonna use.
Let's start right
So
here.
once you decide that that's the audio you want, then all your videos complete. Make sure, like, let's say you can add any other transcript, captions, and selecting your audio. You can do auto captions, select generate. And that's what I say is worth it, because then you can do more things. So for example, here I can select on this, go to templates, select
Let's start right
the
here.
color that I want, go back here, and now I can do a very good like video for either an ad, a commercial, or if you're just trying to do some YouTube channel, whatever you're working on. But that way you can pretty much work with anything. So it's worth to get CapCut if you want to get better options. But again, that's how you're going to be able to add audio. So now let's go back into just using the regular flow. So we're going to do new project. And if we go here on frames to video, and then you try to use the VO3 quality with audio, it's not going to do it. For some reason, again, it's a glitch or something, because it won't do it. So I'm going to give you an example. We're going to do one right now. So let's do 1 second. I'm going to put a script right now so you can see what we're doing. And okay, trying to find a good framework. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one. I'm not pasting anything yet, so okay, I'm in another window. Okay, so I'm gonna paste my my script right here. Okay, and I'm gonna add a character. So let's say I'm gonna use this character. Actually, let's use a different one. Let's use the llama again. And then as you can see here, I'm using frame to video. And then if I use the video 3 quality, it gives me 100. I'm going to use 100 credits, right? Which I don't mind. I'm like, it's fine. I can pay for it. But then what it's going to do, it's if I run it, it's going to work, but only for the first scene. So it's not going to continue doing it. So then I was like, okay, I can use this one, which also uses only 10 credits. It's text to video. And then as you can see here, it won't let me use frames. So first frame, it won't let me do that. But if we go back and just do a regular, we use a regular, not frame to video, but text to video, then it's gonna work. So if we do text to video, then let's just do give me a framework with a using the frame to video. So add the details for the character because didn't add it to the flow yet, right? So it's gonna give me the whole framework, but now it's adding the character, and that way we can test the audio. So it's actually really good. If they would have fixed that thing, that's it. I would say that's the last thing they need to fix to make this thing perfect. But until they don't fix that, then it's just gonna be not very good because the consistency it's not good. And I'll show you. So we'll keep this. We're gonna run text to video, so that way we can do also the audio. It will have audio. Let's give it a second to work. Okay, it's done. So now you'll see also the difference in quality.
Most people only think about insurance after something goes wrong.
In this case, is the audio is added as a third person, but we can be specific to say that the llama is saying that. As you can see, it created a realistic llama with a specific, not specific, but a more realistic background. Now I could do add extend and then go here and then could do what do we do? Continue to say okay, actually, what am I doing? Give me the next scene, because remember we gotta try to keep the same character in the same environment. So let's see how much of the same environment it keeps and the same character. And we're gonna copy this. So if I add extended, right, and I click here, I'm also trying to use again the same one. And then I click next. Now you see there's a glitch here. It won't do it. So that's the problem of trying to use extended. So if we go back and we just create a new a new video. So this is our project, right? I'm not gonna do extended. I'm just gonna add it right here. For the second scene, is gonna add it as a next clip. And you'll see how much the background is gonna change. It's not gonna stay the same. So as you can see, it created the second scene, but is nothing same as the first one. So even if you would have tried to download each clip and then put it together, it's just not gonna work. And again, you can be as specific. I try on other accounts. I have tried to keep that consistency because I keep wanting to use the VO3. I did it on this one as well. I was a little bit more specific and I got a little bit close, but as you can see here on the background, right, the type of chairs here and then this fountain, it's now here and it's missing on this first scene. So it's just there's no consistency on going clip by clip. So the best one is adding a scene, but it won't add the audio, at least not to now. So I think the way I showed to you is the best way to do it. You're still going to be able to do a lot of stuff. And hopefully, again, you can test other things. If you find a better way, let me know. I'll be very happy to, to learn from you. So hopefully this video helps you. See you in the next video. And if you have questions, feel free to send me a message. Have a blessed day.